Hi everyone, my name is Dinesh Kaur. I'm here from PropXperts. Today I'm standing in Swan Hill, which is a regional Victoria town, which is around 4 hours drive from Melbourne City. Right? Why I'm here? Because I'm very glad to show you our recent purchase we did in a commercial space. We bought this a massive building, 721 meter square, with a very good tenant pet domains. So we bought this property for 1.5 million. Right? Good thing about that is the rental return at the moment is $104,000, which is almost 7%. How these properties are good for a portfolio is if you are a savvy investors, have few properties and really want a good cash flow properties, this is a space you have to enter. So this property is roughly, as I said, 7% rental return. So if you're putting 20 or 30% deposit, most likely these properties are positive cash flow, right? You just park your money and these assets grow with the time. So that's the thing, right? Apart from that, someone who really don't want to have an active cash flow properties, these are the assets. With this property, the rent is $104,000 and the purchase is 1.5 mil. The good thing with the commercial is all the outgoings are paid by the tenants in most of the cases, right? In this one, only the land tax is to be paid by the owners. But the good thing is in some commercials, even the land tax can be passed on to the tenants. So you don't have to worry about insurances, council rates or anything. And when you get the tenants like pet domain, so commercial is very, very driven by who the tenant is, how long the lease is. So this property, the lease is expiring in uh, 2032 with the options to 2042. So it's a long set. You buy, forget kind of asset. As you put your deposit in there, it's positive cash flow from day one. With the interest rate dropping, then the positive cash flow can be even better. And then, forget about few years and you have the capital growth there. Let me give you the short tour inside now. Let's look into the cash flow of this property. So as discussed, we bought this property for $1.5 million, roughly 1.521. So the rent for that property we are getting is around $104,000 annually, right? The good thing, as I said, most of the outgoings are paid by tenants. So there's no insurance, no rates to be paid by the landlord, right? Now jump into how much deposit you need when you're buying properties like this, right? There is a different lending strategies in commercial. There is a one which is very good if the rent of the property is pretty good, right? There's certain ratios with different lenders. There is an option of lease doc. Lease doc means they don't look into your personal liabilities. They just calculate how much rent you are getting of that property and they give you finance on a very good rates. So in this particular case, the client is going with a 65% LVR. Because of 65% LVR, you need a huge amount here. It's $580,000 that can come from your different properties if you have equity from different properties. But yeah, that's the figure this particular client is paying. But if you don't want to go lease doc, you go full doc. You can even try 80% LVR. 80% LVR some lenders are giving you and you need that much of money. Still this property is going to be positive cash flow after tax and before tax as well, right? Jumping back to 65% in that particular scenario, one thing I'll let you know is the stamp duty. Because the property is in Victoria, in regional towns you pay 50% of the stamp duty, right? So this is only 45,000. Even though the price of the property is 1.5 mil, you're only paying $45,000 as a stamp duty, right? Coming back down, so this property is a big tenant, pet domain. You don't even need a property manager in some cases, but I'm still putting 5% here, but you can save that 5% as well. So literally the cash flow is even improved, right? But going back to like 5% property management, this particular client is 45% income bracket, so I'm putting that in here. Going down, so land tax. So if you're buying under your names, the land tax is somewhere around $975 because the regional town, they don't put big land values in there. So $975 is what we see land tax. But because you're buying this property in a trust structure, the land tax can be a bit high. So I am putting 1,500 there, but you can put like $1,500 to $2,000 roughly like that, right? Yes, so that's that, and the property is going through a major renovations recently. So there is a handsome depreciation involved in this property. So it's around $30,000 depreciation now at this stage, right? Even so, with these numbers, this property is generating $29,000 passive income for you, and it's before tax. And after tax, it's generating around 29,000. So because it's a positive cash flow, so this income is what positive is. You're not paying tax on that just because you have an offset of depreciation. So this depreciates this. So you are not paying income tax in this particular case. So eventually you are $30,000 after tax as well, right? If for example there's zero depreciation here, you're gonna pay some 45% income tax on that income. That drops down to $16,000 as net cash flow after taxes, right? But in this particular case, it's a good depreciation here as well. So literally you're pocketing that $30,000 here, right? Doing a quick flashback on 80% again. So you're looking to put somewhere around 350k on 80% percentage, because in this one lease doc was 6.5 because you're going a high LVR. In this case you go little bit high percentage in here, say 7%. So these are the numbers, right? Still positive cash flow on a day one, but keep that in mind. Interest rates are dropping very fast now, right? So the numbers gonna be even better from here. If you're looking for your next purchase and interested in commercial, we are known to deliver results in residentials now. More than 200 properties purchased. We are in a commercial as well now. So if you really want someone who is trusted in the market, who has delivered results in the past and continues delivering, please reach out to me or Manish anytime. Would love to help. Thank you.